Hey everybody, it's me, Carrie, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills. I am trying to get my tablet to work, but it's really moving slow. It really drives me crazy. It's old, though, but I don't want to buy a new one. Is that weird? I think that might be, but there we are. Look, this is how it's showing me live. Really? How am I? There we go. Okay. So hopefully I will be able to see your comments when you pop on. I'm on a little early today. Mostly because I'm not feeling that great. And I'll just be honest, I want to do it before I am not feeling good enough to do anything. I still have my cough. Makes me nuts. But this is the worst. I'm telling you, since COVID, I can't seem to get rid of my colds and coughs. It's very weird. Okay, so I do see that somebody popped on, so please say hello. Today is New Catalog Day. It's New Catalog Day. Oh, look, I can open the pages. There is something I want to show you, and I'm going to take a picture of this, and then I'm going to post another picture. But this party banners, I hate the way they photographed this. It is next to impossible to tell what this is. But it is every different color is a different size die. And it's very hard to tell. So I'll snap a picture of this out of the catalog, and then I will post the one that I took at the event that shows the actual pieces of metal. So I'm glad I flipped to that. So anyway, very excited for this. Remember to go shopping at MemoryINKers.com. That's my Stampin' Up! Website. And remember that for every $20 or more order, you will be getting 10% back into your account to spend at a future date. This is in lieu of hostess benefits. So what's really cool about that is you guys used to give me the hostess benefits. You'd put my hostess code in and or you had to spend $150. Now you can just gather that up and you can keep collecting them. If there's some big thing you want, you can do it bit by bit by bit. So very exciting. Just make sure you're only, when you go to my website and you log in, you only use one email. Don't use different emails because then they won't be collectible. Okay. I hope that makes sense. All right. So we're going to be using some new stuff today, which is kind of exciting, right? The first is this Damask Design Embossing folder right here. We're going to be doing something fun with that with the Bubble Bath ink. And we're also going to be using Strawberry Slush and Old Olive. We're going to be using this stamp and this stamp out of the new Gallery Blooms, which do have dies. I'm only going to be using the big die, though, so let me pull that out. There is a die for the little flower. I think, is that it? I'm not sure, but you can see, and then this is this makes 2 frames. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's going to cut it all out and it makes 2 frames. So it's very cool. And this outer one puts in a, like a score line. So it looks like an actual frame. You know how frames you can see the corners. So, but we're not going to be using those today. Just this one die today. So Gallery Blooms bundle, awesome. The right words, you know how I feel about sentiments, you guys. Love them. Love, 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 love sentiments. So we're going to just be using the happy birthday out of this one today. Then the motifs dies. I already pre-cut out this leaf. It is right here. But we're going to be doing some fun stuff to that. So that will be very cool. And believe it or not, that is bundled with Beautiful Motifs, which is a very cool stamp set. You'll see that I used this on one of the other cards that I've already done that I will show you at the end. And this one. So, very cool stuff. Love new stuff. I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't love new stuff. I wish I was like, but no. One of the other things I did was, this is new. It's a bunch of there's more different shapes. This is called Foiled Frames and Labels Ephemera Pack. And you get 2 sheets of each design. And you can see that I've used this one twice because all of them come out like, I don't know if you can see this. There's one, and then there's this little frame. And I'm betting you can cut this one out too. I wouldn't throw it away. But there's different shapes, just so you know. I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm sure they're in the catalog. But anyway, for this one, I used just the frame. One of the other, and you can see it's kind of wet because I actually did some watercoloring on it. It isn't pretty, but when you see what I do with it, it's not going to matter, so it's okay. So there's those things. I have a little bit of scrap for my sentiment. Those you don't need. I'm going to be using, I don't know which one yet of these embellishments. They're new. Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink. And these are the new in colors, which you can see I've started using already. So, and our awesome watercolor paper, which you can see I used right there. So, all right, let the fun begin. We are going to, hold on, got to get all my papers right. This, of course, is your card base. This is the watercolor paper. So, the first thing I'm going to do is, this is going to go on the inside of the card. So I am going to use the Strawberry Slush, brand new ink pads. You know how fun those are to open. And I'm going to grab that little flower, and I'm just going to stamp it down here in the color, in the corner. I was going to do some watercoloring on it, but this is regular basic white paper, and when I practiced it, I moved it. Here it is. When I practice it, it's sort of okay, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to, so I'm going to leave it. Or maybe, you know what? I'll give it another go. I'll give it another go just for you guys. So I have, this is Lemon Lime Twist, which is not the green I'm using. This is Old Olive over here. And this is Bubble Bath, which is the same color as this and the ink that I will be using today. So I don't want to, I want this to be very dry. I think that was part of the reason. So it should be, but it's a brand new pad, so it's kind of juicy, right? So I'm just going to dab. I want to be sure I don't rub. So I'm just kind of dabbing on the color. And I kind of like that it leaves some white spots. I just think it looks kind of cool that it's not all colored in. And then I'll do the same thing with this Lemon Lime Twist in the leaf. And you might be going, Carrie, but your leaves have a pink outline. So what? So what? Nobody cares. So this is going to go on the inside. I'm just going to leave that up there for a minute. So, as always, my liquid glue that I love. And I think I showed you guys, I'm running low. I think I showed you guys last Tuesday, because I don't think I posted a video Saturday. There has been so much going on, as you guys know, with my daughter. We met with hospice. She's 41, so she has to decide what she's going to do. But I think she's going to go ahead because the hospice program will get her a nurse to come in and help her bathe and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see what she decides to do. But she's 45 minutes away. So we're really, really hoping that she takes advantage of this to have aides and nurses come in, because we're not always that close. I mean, I know this may sound terrible, but we don't go there every day. We're trying to get her to move closer, but we'll see how that goes. Oh, gosh. I'm so sorry. Let me grab some water. Ugh, nothing like a dry mouth, right? Boy, that's on crooked, but I'm not going to try to fix it. So now I'm just going to fold this in half to create my card front. Anyway, and then yesterday, my husband had retinal surgery. So that was another story all on its own. All right, so this piece is, let me measure it. I don't remember. It's also basic white, 3.5 by 4 3/4, and that is going to go on there. Actually, that looks too big. Hang on. It does. It looks too big. Hold on. So, I am going to trim this to, what did I say this was? 3.5? I'm going to go to, I think it's like 3. Nope. I'm going to go to 3 1/4. I'm going to go to 3 1/4. And what was this? I don't know. What was this? Hold on. Sorry, you guys. This was 4 3/4. I am going to go down to, hold on. I'm going to cheat for a minute off camera so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, this might be fine. Okay. So it's going to go on there like so, but I've got a little trick up my sleeve. Yes, I know I have that ink pad open. I shouldn't do that. I always tell you guys don't do that. And here I do it. Okay, so I am going to take the Stampin' Cut and Embossing folder for the damask design, and I want, now you have to feel them, all right? So this bottom where the Stampin' Up! Logo is not, this side has the stuff coming up. I don't want to do anything to that side, but I do want to do something to this side. So I haven't tried it completely yet. So everybody, hold your breath. You guys know how I feel about that. Okay, so I'm hoping you guys can see that it did not color all of the design, which is what I want. So now I'm going to, I'm lining this up so I can kind of see where the design is. And set it on there. Now I'm going to run it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, just like you normally would for this. It would be plate 1 and then the 2 clear plates. That is how you're going to put this through. And I'm going to show you I did it wrong the first time. Sorry, it's a little tight for some reason. I don't know why. That's weird. Okay, so now what happens is, look at that. Is that the coolest thing ever? So I've got a pink background and white poppy uppies. That's not a real word, but you're welcome to use it if you would like. So, and then I'll just take this to my kitchen and rinse it off and let it dry for my next try. Love this! I love it, love it, love it. It turned out it's exactly how I wanted it. I did a test run and it was blotchy because I also did it with a darker color and it was bad. So anyway, so there we go. It doesn't mean all dark colors will be bad. Then I want to rough this up a little bit. Now I have an old tool from Stampin' Up. I think this one's Stampin' Up. But Stampin' Up sold them. And it will rough up my page, but so will scissors. I'm not accustomed to doing them with the scissors. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm going to use this. So it has been raining here so much, which is part of the reason I don't feel well. Normally when it rains, I literally try not to even go out to my mailbox because I've had back problems for a long time, which I think you guys probably know because, I probably talk about myself more than people want me to. One of my girlfriends says, I don't know why you do that. But, we're all friends, and so I share my life with you. So if you really don't like it, just tell me. I don't know that would make me change it, but I am curious. So see how it's like tearing sometimes? I don't care. I'm so okay with it. I just want it to look a little rough, literally rough around the edges. Oh, that was a good tear. Cool. Now, you don't want it to tear it like in half. Now that I've said that, watch it happen because I'm doing a video, right? You know how I am about videos. Although I like doing live videos. Nobody's talking. Hello, somebody say something. Say hello. Say something. And also to let you know, I am live on Facebook today, May 5th, I believe. 6th? Tuesday, 2025. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you are watching a recorded video. So feel free to still comment. I still go and check my YouTube comments. So either or, just say hello. Okay, so now it's just a little bit messy. I kind of wish it were worse. So maybe I'm going to make it a little worse. Maybe crunch it a little bit. Not a lot. Just kind of the edges. I just want it to be a little loved looking. All right, then you have to clean up all your little fuzzies. And remember I said you could do this with scissors. I am not good at it. So I'm assuming you're more coordinated than I am. So now I'm going to glue this to the front. And I like that the color, it's the same color, but because of the way I did it onto the folder, I don't want to say change the color, but I mean it did. It made the color look a little different. So this time I like to get my corners flat, which I think I was doing that when I was talking, when I did the inside and I grabbed this. Something I got on Amazon. It's a makeup brush. I think I said that last week. But this one, I don't care if the edges stick up. I kind of want them to. So it's okay with me if they don't glue flat. All right. So there's the base of my card. I have this piece. Oops. I have this piece. That's going to go on there. I have a bow that I've already pre-cut, and that is from, and I'm just going to tell you, I'm not 100% sure this is still in the catalog, but it's probably online if it's not. It is the In Color ribbon for Pretty in Pink, which is not the exact same color, but it's going to work, okay? So, use what you have. And you guys are going to see that. Our budget, my family budget has changed considerably because of all the stuff going on. I kind of have to pay attention to what I'm spending money on right now. And it's so hard. I'm being very, very selective on what I buy. Oh, and the new catalog's out. So doesn't mean I haven't shopped for more, but I'm gonna probably after this. So, all right. So now I got that happy birthday, which I pulled out, and you can see it's kind of crooked. And it looks a little strange because it's dark. And I know you were thinking, oh, Carrie, I thought that would be a little bit lighter. Well, it's not. So, and it's also not straight because I cut it. I stamped it. So, I'm just going to try and semi make it look right. It'd be so much easier if I'd have grabbed a die that would have cut it out, but I didn't. So, I don't know if I'm keeping that. I don't know. I might make it a little less of a curve. Yeah, like that better. Okay. All right. So now I still have my strawberry slush open. Y'all remember strawberry slush? It was out before. It wasn't in color previously. So now I'm going to take my strawberry slush and I'm going to ink up this giant flower design. And I'm going to use a little bit of a napkin just to dab off just a little. I don't want it to go away completely. Just in a couple spots. I'm not going to get it all. And then I'm going to stamp this flower on to that. Look at it. I mean, it's just, strawberry slush is so beautiful, right? It's just, oh, it's such a pretty color. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Now, I am going to leave that open. See, I have a little squeezy in there. And then I'm going to take my watercolor brush. Again, I think I must have just used it because it was on my table. I think I may have used it Tuesday. I don't know. So I'm going to pull this color off. For some reason, I have a line. I think when I cut out the other one, it put a line in the paper, and I didn't notice it, but it's okay. It's just going to add some charm, right? And I'm just going around, and it's getting pretty wet, and I don't want it to get too wet because I want to be able to put it onto, I want to be able to cut it out and put it on my card. So, clean that up a little bit. I'm going to take my, there, that lightened it up. So then I can go, you know what? I think I'd like to see a little more color down in here. Maybe some back in here. And so you can keep adding, but if you do it carefully, then maybe your piece won't get too wet. I said maybe, okay? So in a perfect world, I would have done this in advance so you would have one that we all know is perfectly dry. But I did do that, and then I went, oh, you know what? It landed on something, and I went, okay, I'm going to make another card, and I'll show it to them as in you guys. Oh, that came out too dark, so that's better. But see how I'm just adding just a little bit more color in certain places. So play. Watercoloring, it should be fun. It should be like playing with your crayons when you were little. Okay, so make sure I think I have all the... All right, so I'm done with the strawberry slush. And I'm trying not to see that line. Hopefully it'll go away when I cut it. So now I'm going to take my old olive. And I know I used lemon lime twist previously. I know that. But I am not this time. I always have to think about this. All right. And I notice I'm not using the bubble bath because when I pulled the strawberry slush, it went ahead and made it lighter. So now I'm going to grab some of this old olive and I am going to color the leaves with that. And if I want to add a little more dimension, I can put a little bit more darkness. And then I keep dabbing it off to help it blend in. It's just something I've been doing. It is not something you have to do. I just thought it's kind of fun to get some of the green in there. So, like I said, it's been raining here pretty intensely. I don't know where y'all are from. As I've said in the beginning of the video, I am in Farmington Hills, Michigan. So, that is southeast-ish from Detroit, if that helps you find us, in Oakland County. Now that I've given you everything, y'all can come and find me. So I'm very sad because I am not going to Mega Meet. I'm not going to be the vendor at Mega Meet this year, which is next week. Very, very sad. I'm going to miss it terribly. But if you saw my video, I can't remember if I posted it here or if it only got posted on the on their website, that the Stampin' Up! Gal, who is my frenemy, she came by and bought off of me my grid walls and my shelves and some of the other things that I use, some of my Stampin' Up! Logo items. Hopefully I don't regret this in the future, but honestly, at my age, I was probably close to done doing that event anyway. And so, yeah. So part of me is going to be there. Part of me is going to be there, you guys. So when you go there, say, oh, I know these are Carrie's grid walls. She'll laugh because she's a sweet girl. But remember, you can still order from me because I am still a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So, I know she has some pretty good specials, but if you're normally my customer, I don't want to take anything from her. But if you're normally my customer and you're thinking, man, this girl's got some good deals, I know what they are. So just email me or message me. Say, Carrie, I want to order stuff and this is the deal I want. And you got it. I'll make it work for you. Okay. So pretty, right? So far, so good. But I'm going to be cutting this out. And I do not want to have this whitish edge on my cutouts. And I think you guys have seen me do this before. You know what? I'm going to grab my MemoryINKer because that's a new pad too. And it's kind of hard. This is it. Bubble bath. Okay. So if you can't squeeze your pads, grab your MemoryINKer and just squeeze your MemoryINKer into the tray. Okay. And then I don't want it too dark, so I'm going to squeeze some water into it. It's probably a little more water than I wanted, but it'll do. So now I can pick this up, and I am going to start putting pink all around the edge so that when I cut it out, the edge will be pink, not this kind of vanilla-y white color. You just want to be careful. Don't get it too wet. Don't spread too much around, kind of. And yes, I'm doing the pink around the leaves too, because it would just be, you know, too much. That just bugs me. Okay, I'm filling that in. That would just be too much work. I'm being honest. I'm just being honest, you guys. So this is what, and I've done this before. I think you guys have seen it. Even when I'm not watercoloring, I will sometimes take like one of the lighter colors. Maybe I'm using a softer gray or a basic beige or something, just to get it to not have the white edge. Okay. All right. So there, I've got that. This is too watery, so I don't want to close my my ink because I don't want water to go on my ink pad. So I'm going to rinse that out. Rinse that out, wipe that out. And then I think it's pretty dry. So now I'm going to take this out and I'm going to cut it out. Doesn't it look pretty though, just like that? I mean, I think it just looks kind of cool. Okay, so what did I do with the die? You guys. Oh, here it is. All right, so I'm going to put this die on here, and I'm going to grab some of my Post-it note stickies or a sticky note or whatever, because I want to make sure that this does not move, because I want to cut it out right. Got this on Amazon. It's very expensive. If you've got a lot of Post-it notes, use them. Or old washi tape. You guys, that new washi tape that's like super thick, and you can get the die and stamp set bundle, and the die will cut out the washi tape. I haven't quite figured out how that works, though. to keep the washi tape from sticking. So that's something I have to investigate. It is kind of on my short list of stuff to buy. Absolutely. So talk amongst yourselves while I'm over here die cutting this piece out. See, that cut out fine, and this paper is thicker. Weird, right? Very odd. Okay, come off. All right. And I like that it cuts the holes. Cool, right? It's very cool. All right, so let me set that aside so I don't lose it. Excuse me. All right, so now my other thing is this. This is going to go behind the flower, but I decided it looks okay, but it's a little blah. So I'm going to take my old olive and put it on a scrap I left behind me. All right. And I'm going to use my water brush again. And I'm just going to kind of mess with it. I don't want to completely cover everything, but I want it to have a little bit of variegation. I don't know if that's a real word. And this dries lighter. That's one thing I found out, is that it starts out pretty dark, but a lot of it is going to dry lighter. And I know it's not all going to peek through, so I don't have to do all of it, just some. Just going to add just a little bit of variegation in there with that old olive. So you can see where I didn't do it. You can see where I did not do it, because I know that's going to be behind the flower, basically. But you can see how I've got a little bit of different color in there. Some of it's like completely colored, and some of it is not. So just to give the leaves a little bit of color. So now I'm going to figure out how I want this. And hang on. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use a little bit of Scotch tape once I get it where I want it. Look at that leaf is so wet, it's fallen over, but it's okay. So I think that's good. Now I can put the Scotch tape right there. And then I am going to adhere it to this piece. Like that. So it just barely shows. So see how I've got like the pink in there? I did it the same way. I just colored it, but because it's basic white, it kind of made it floopy. Floopy is a word. It might be one I made up. I don't think so. I think people have used floopy before. Come on. And I'm just going to see about where I want to put some adhesive. So I'm going to want some here. And here. And there. And maybe there. Not really 100% sure. Fake it and it'll work, right? All right. So I'm going to set that on there. So I just have a little bit of the gold peeking through. Okay. Then this is going to go on dimensionals. So I will grab those and put this one up so it grabs the flower. And right here I can see flower and leaf, so I'll put that over the edge. You don't want to put it over the edge, like I wouldn't want to put it here because it would poke through. We don't want that. So I'm going to put a little half one here because I already have a lot. Okay. Are y'all still with me? You guys are so quiet. If you guys are commenting, I cannot see it at all. And that may be my tablet, which is always so persnickety. All right, so now I'm going to set this kind of at the center, at the top-ish. Then I'm going to put on my bow right about there. And you guys know I pre-tied my bow, and then I've showed you guys this trick before. This is tear and tape, but tear and tape doesn't like to come off. So what I did before I put it on, I took this corner and I bent it back, and so now I have a piece that doesn't have adhesive, and it somehow works. That's all I'm saying, is it works. And I don't even care about that little fraying. In fact, I'll do it on that one because I did fray it up, right? So it's okay with me. And then the happy birthday. Probably need my mini dimensionals. I know I have some. They're there. They fell way to the bottom of my pile. And look, I remembered my take your pick tool. Not that I've used it yet, but I remembered it. Okay. I think I'm going to put one in the middle. Just because. Just because. Okay. Now when I go to find it, I probably won't find it again because I just tossed it. And it probably went straight to the bottom again, right? Okay. And I'm just going to put the happy birthday right there. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. I am happy with that happy birthday. All right, so now I have to decide which gems. I was going to use these because they are the strawberry slush. But this is strawberry slush and pretty in pink, and it also goes down to clear. So I am going to use these darker ones, I believe, just to be fun. And then I'll grab a smaller one to put right there. And of course you can add more if you want. But, and see, I'm okay with it all being sort of like loosey-goosey here, because that's the soft-ish look I wanted it to be. So I think it's kind of cool. And then there's the inside. So, I don't know. Hi, Jan. It's good to see you, Professor Minerva. All right, so let me show you. This I did, remember I said I made one of these and then I dropped it on something? Well, this is what I turned that into. This is from the new Memories and More pack. And this is from an old sentiment pack that just went away. But I wanted to use it because I liked it. And then the inside, I have the little flower on that side too. So there's that one. And then this is the first, and I will tell you, I copied this card sort of kind of in a way from another demonstrator, but I don't remember her name. I apologize. She did different colors. Hers was pretty different, but this is with the new, it's a new color. What's it called? The one you can't get the ink for. Which, yes, I know we're all crazy about that. Cloud cover. This is the new cloud cover, which is kind of a blue. But I couldn't get the ink, but I did this in the new... You guys, I'm just like, what the heck is the colors? Secret Sea. I stamped this one in Secret Sea, and then the leaf is cut out in Secret Sea. But when I blended it, it kind of looks like the this one, whatever I said it was. And I didn't do the same thing where I got the cool white popping up. Believe it or not, I took our white ink on a dauber and I rubbed these. It kind of sort of they looked really white until they dried. But anyway, these are my cards. This uses the new In Colors. So, which kind of that works better. It's a little more subtle. But there you guys go. Those are my stamps or my cards for today. I hope you liked them, and I hope you will come back and watch my videos. Remember, the new catalog starts, and you can go shopping at my website, MemoryINKers.com. If you are ordering the new in colors, do not forget to order your re-inkers. I know I drill this in all the time, like constant, but you want your re-inkers. I don't use my re-inkers that often, but I don't want to be without, because if you have the in colors that just went away, you'll never get the re-inkers. It's highly unlikely you will find them because people don't get rid of them. So anyway, there you go. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your week. I will hold this one up a little closer for you guys. I guess I should do it with all of them. Hold them a little closer. But all of these flowers are all done on the watercolor paper. So it's kind of cool. All right. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.